Welcome to the loop.
Are you there, Kuipers?
Yeah, should be good now.
Are we there?
Oh.
Can you hear us?
Hey, guys, you missed all the beginnings.
La.
Well, that gives us a nice way to
login.
reverse.
Thank you. That explains why Dat Boy Leo 22 stuck around for about 30 seconds.
Kuipers.
My bad.
Maybe it'll help if we're less professional, remember?
Kuipers,
We
that
gotta-
could have been one of those,
try to-
one of those ridiculous Twitchers that's just hands out ridiculous amounts of money. You
Yeah.
might have lost
Now I
us
have to,
$5,000.
do I have to do all the bad
something.
pirate names again?
Nope.
Login says start over.
Make some better pirate names.
All right, introduce us.
Hi, welcome to The Loop. It's a talk show about them video games.
Yeah,
My name is Eric the Excited, and this is,
Sounds
as always,
so thrilled.
I'm joined by Kyle, the Kite Flyer.
That's how I pirate.
Jeremy, the Gymnast.
Well, that actually...
And Trevor, the...
Traveler. Oh.
I still like Trevor the Trepidatious. Sticking with that one.
I'm so terrified. I don't want to do anything.
I don't. Is that really? I don't mean the trepidatious. I always think of it more as like you're cautious. You may be cautious in fear, but you're careful. You know,
Careful's good.
you're like safe.
I guess
Maybe that's not the real definition. Of it.
says apprehensive or nervous filled with trepidation.
Yeah. Well, thanks for telling us the word by naming the word. The word trepidation means you have trepidation.
Let me look up trepidation.
You can't define the word with the word.
Means
Hey,
full
I'm
of
just seeing what the internet
trepidation.
says. So
Yeah,
this
Trevor.
is not my own definition.
Trepidation,
trepidation.
means complete trepid.
A feeling of fear or agitation about something that may happen.
Oh, okay. So that seems accurate. To me.
That's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
That's
you know.
fine.
it's not as bad
Yeah.
a negative thing as I would.
I
think.
feel like Kyle should have been the non-committal or something.
That doesn't start
Why?
with a K or a
That's
cuss
true.
out.
Why non-committal? What does that
What?
mean?
What
Hey,
kind-
welcome to the chat, Nate Dog.
How about
Hey,
Nat Dog?
Nat,
Kyle,
Nate
the-
Dog, Nat Dog.
No,
K-
Nat.
the-
N-A-T.
Maybe the N silent. Maybe it's at dog.
Kyle the committed?
Yeah.
That has a better ring
In
to it.
an
All right.
asylum.
If you can't tell, you. That's how I said it. If you can't tell. We've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves. And
For good reason.
And it's a new game that's out, and everybody's playing it on the internet, on the Twitches.
It's a lot of people.
But I don't know if it. Let's see where it's at on Twitch right now. I'm gonna go ahead and check in and see where it's standing. You got Fortnite coming in at number 1.
Guys,
Of
why weren't
course.
we streaming on Sea of Thieves
You
tonight?
got Overwatch.
I wondered why we didn't just do that
League
for the
of
show.
Legends,
to be honest.
Battlegrounds. Number 5 is Sea of Thieves right now with over 71,000 people watching. now.
Jeremy, we didn't do that for the show because that's not the show.
We can do whatever we want for the show. We run the show.
No, we have to talk about video games. Nothing else.
That we would be talking about a video game.
So Sea of Thieves is pretty good. I mean, here's the thing. This game is awesome. I have a lot of fun. It's very emergent. It's an emergent game. You can make your own fun. You can do a lot of things. But I think what my biggest fear was about this game is absolutely true. It is the beta, and that's all there is to this game. And so
What?
if
Not
you're
really.
Okay, explain
Are
to
you
me
serious?
how not really. Like what?
How long have you played though?
How long have you played though?
Tonight I played and I totally
Ignoring me.
enjoyed some. You joined after me. Why didn't you invite me?
Nobody told me anybody
tried
was
to.
playing.
You didn't try
I
to
didn't. Nobody
invite me.
wanted
I
to.
invited
played
you
for
to
about
a
20
party
minutes.
chat.
Nobody invited
Oh.
me.
I didn't see it.
Poopy pants. I get it that I am being a little bit like exaggerative. but I'm still saying that like it's just what I mean. They've implemented all the systems now. They've implemented all of the people. What are they called? Not the tiers. Not the
The
ranks.
3 different
Why is that word not coming to me? now?
factions?
Factions.
factions.
They implemented all of them. I'm just saying like, but it's just that game, right? There's no like, I guess I kind of wanted like the items to mean something, but it's all just cosmetic, which is kind of sad.
That's
to
what
me.
you don't. So
And it's
you
just like
wanted
the progression isn't. There's no progression. Like there's zero progression. It's just like you level up the factions, and you get more money to buy cosmetics and fix your ship up. That's the whole
Yeah,
game.
but-
Supposedly later on they're going to release this epic pirate thing or whatever.
Did you guys
it's
see the
called.
secret mysterious dude in the bar?
Yeah, that's the thing that's supposedly going to unlock later once you get high enough rank, and that's the.
I think
what's
that's
the
a very
late game.
I think
thing.
it's supposed to be higher than that was because that one just said you've got to be at level 5 in all 3 of them. I think you're supposed to be at
that's
level
it?
20 in all 3 of them to be, or at level 20 in one of them to be able to find the hidden island.
Really?
I think that's what I read. Yeah,
I thought that guy, the guy at the tavern, is the.
I don't think
okay.
that's the.
I just
don't
assumed
think
that's what
the
that
island.
was because when he was like,
No.
"Oh, you're not high enough to be." So there's still some mystery there. I hope there is
That's
a
the
lot
thing,
more.
there's still
I hope
mystery.
there is a lot of mystery there. Right now, I'm just like, okay, this seems like the same. This seems like pretty much the beta. They didn't really give us anything else, but I'm hoping there is. Like I'm not poo pooing on the game. Like I'm just saying
a
like,
little.
well, yeah, a little because why isn't it more? You know, like why couldn't it be more than what they gave us in the beta? Like that was, I mean, it isn't right now. I mean, what the last
He got a chest of silk scarves or something.
Yeah.
okay.
Just
Oh
saying.
my goodness.
Did you get that in the beta?
Oh no, but it's
Did you
still,
get
that's-
snakes in the beta?
That's still just turning things in, though. That's all it is, though. Is I'm just saying, is just going to get stuff and bringing it in. Like that's all the game is.
That's
then.
what a pirate does.
Oh, is it? That's what pirates do. I mean, you can steal
they
stuff.
attack.
Yeah.
I gotta admit,
I'm
just
saying
taking forever.
It's a good emergent
Okay.
game. That's what I'm saying. It's a good. That's what it does well. But I'm just saying it's not. I was hoping that the beta was just like this little like idea of what it like the small chunk of it. Like it's just this. But there's this big game waiting for you with all these other things out there, and that stuff really doesn't seem.
I don't
like
know
it's there,
if
but-
there is a game that. I mean, I think we are still quite a ways off from finding that type of game that has
Wait,
What-
are you talking about this as a games in general, or as in Sea of Thieves specifically?
I think in general.
Are you
'Cause I
referencing the prophecy of the ultimate game?
Yeah, I know. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I'm saying like to have a game that is as big and as has as much in it as Sea of Thieves has, to then add on a lot more than what there already is there. It
More
feels
than
like,
the beta. What?
I feel like it's got a lot in the fact that you have wide avenues of what you want to do. If you want to follow missions, you can. If you don't want to follow missions, you can just sail around and go and take people out. Like,
Yeah, it's a survival emergent game. That's what.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's all there is to it. And I was hoping for more of a gameplay loop. Excuse me for using that word, on the loop. But I guess I just thought there was more of like a progression, and that is not. There is no real progression.
They were
other than
very
the factions.
open though.
Yeah.
In the
And I know
in the
and
information in advance, they were very open about saying this is not a normal linear character
Well, I didn't
development.
expect it
they,
to be
they,
that,
They
though.
openly said your character doesn't develop in this game.
I didn't. I know, but it's just that's okay. But then I'm just saying like if you look at the prices of the stuff you got to get for the ship and
they went way up.
Everything's really
Yeah.
expensive. So as you level up these factions, the rewards hopefully become much greater. Like
Yeah,
that's what
which
I'm
we'll
hoping
find
for.
out. Yeah.
But it's like besides that, like what. That is that the goal? Or the goal is to become what's the thing called? It's not epic pirate, legendary pirate. Like is that
there's
that's
supposed
the goal
to be a
for that.
legendary captain beyond that.
Yeah.
So they've said that the game is supposed to change a little bit once you become legendary pirate.
And they've talked about doing seasonal, not even seasonal, but like running like a week-long special event periodically where they'll do a unique event in the game
Yeah.
or
right.
achievement that you can get, so that you have to do during that period of
Yeah.
time and
Right.
that they're going to keep developing those things. And they also said they're very in tune with listening to the community because they want to actually be able to adjust the game to what people are enjoying. So I do like their openness to that. So,
Yeah.
if people are like what you're saying, Eric, where they want a system like that, they could potentially put that into the growth of the game at some point. I mean, in a way, there is because you
I
don't
think-
level up your
and maybe,
character.
you
level
just-
up your factions, and then you get titles. So
Yeah.
in a way, that's still a progression.
Yeah. Well, and I agree, Eric. Your fears are founded. It's not that they're unfounded, but
Yeah.
I think it's too early to say for sure.
Yeah, I
if
think
that's-
I guess I'm just saying like hopefully the mystery's still there for me. I'm
Yeah.
excited about that. I want to play the game. I want to find out where it goes. But I just like okay, my first fear is realized. They didn't reveal anything more really at this point. Which
Sure.
I'm not saying they should have. I'm just saying I was kind of hoping for a little something else. And now that it's not there, I'm just like, okay, is my next fear going to be realized? That this legendary captain thing isn't really
big
anything.
deal.
It's just, what does it mean? You got a title, you get a better ship, you get a whatever.
A
Like,
secret hangout.
I get, yeah. So it's just like, that, if that's
yeah.
all that is, then okay, whoop-de-doo. Like, I spent, I sink 100 hours in this game and I get a fancy title. Like, I'm hoping that's not the case.
It's
and that,
not what you're looking for in a game. Is that what you're saying?
well, yeah, I mean, not necessarily.
So tell me how one thing that you and I'm genuinely curious. I'm not just trying to like act like I'm opposing you. Give me something that you think would have been more what you wanted. Like,
I think as I
how could
played
you-
the game,
what could you add to this game?
as I invest time, I want the things that I earn to be valuable. And they're not. And that's the thing is I get that maybe I want to be able to like, hey, you know what? If I have money to buy this better gun,
You want it to
gonna
have
say
better.
it's more accurate.
Okay,
Let's say
okay.
it has more power to it. Let's say it has, and so the progression there is just, I spent,
You're not going to
33,000
get
gold
better,
on a gun.
stronger.
Yeah,
at
and I
playing
got
the game versus other people.
Yeah, in that, and it's not necessarily in a competitive realm. I'm just like, what's the goal? Like, I could just play the whole game and not spend any money, And like, I guess that's fine. I could just be the richest pirate and not. But like, there's
potential to that.
There's zero incentive to purchase that stuff in the game. There's
especially the low level stuff.
There's no reason. And the other thing about progression is you just get all the guns right out of the gate. You get all the instruments right out of the gate. You get all the stuff. Like,
I was a little surprised about that. I thought they were going to only give you a pistol and you had to buy.
Yeah, and I thought that was like a beta thing that they gave you all that stuff. And it's like, oh, out of the gate, I just have everything, which is just weird to me. Like, shouldn't you be like working your way up to where you can purchase these things? And like, it's just, there's no need to have, both of the instruments right out the gate. Why is that just a thing they give you? And I know you're saying, well, why are you criticizing the game? I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying there's things about it that I play in the beta. I didn't think that was the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, they're giving you things that, I thought, well, they're just giving you that so you can play around with it. Like, that's not going to be, but anyways, Trevor's smirking over there.
I'm just reading the chat. I'm sorry.
What's
Feels
going on
like
there?
he's being justified.
No, Jolliver is standing up for me, but I don't really understand what he's standing up for me for.
Well, so he basically was saying that he believes he didn't get the game, but he enjoys watching us play. But then he said he believes it's a failed launch. I'm assuming he's alluding to all of the game access issues yesterday, which I got to say I didn't notice today. Also paying attention to their Twitter account and things like that where they notify about those things. It's been pretty much dead for the last 24 hours. So there definitely was the first 24-hour launch issues from scalability and stuff like that.
It's just, here's the thing. Going back to what we're talking about, it's just weird that we live in a games as service time. Like, that's just the way it is, and I get it. And I actually enjoy a lot of that. Like, there's a lot of things that, like, before when a game came out,
I stick with a game longer because of it.
Yeah, when a game isn't online and you can't update it, like, you were just kind of done with it, and I get it. But when the developers can just kind of be like, give you all these false promises and then make you spend $60 on a game that doesn't really feel like it's worth $60, like that's what kind of bugs me. It's like, this game, did they want it to be for the $10 like games with the Netflix thing they're doing, like, for games, Xbox Game Pass?
Well, a lot of people said this was the launch, effectively the launch game to get people into that system.
Yeah, and is that the way I should have purchased this game? Should I just done that? And like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing because it's like, you pay $60 for it. It's a great game. I'm gonna have fun with it. I have had fun with it.
You'll get your money's worth.
It's just this weird, like, when they're like, all right, the game's coming out, but you just wait till later because it's going to even get better. Just wait. And it's just like, okay, that's just weird. Like, shouldn't it be pretty good now?
Yeah,
like,
but I think that's a whole industry-wide deal right now.
I know, but I don't like that.
Oh, I don't either.
For me, I kind of like the simplicity of it, honestly, because I feel like a lot of times the progression system kind of breaks the game for me because I find I'm not enjoying the game just because I want something else. Whereas this, it almost breaks it down to where I'm just enjoying the game because
you definitely have to play it for fun.
Well,
right? Like,
it also means when you're competing against other real people and trying to not get your ship sunk or to sink their ship or steal their gold or whatever, it is 100% skill based.
Yeah,
there is no you played longer, so you have better equipment, so you can win all the time.
Right, which is one thing that I really love about that, because I feel like there's games that if you don't continue to play, you can come back and it feels like it's
Call
a
of
completely
Duty,
different
right?
game, and you just if you haven't been invested in it the way that they have, you've got no shot. Whereas
I still feel like this game will get there. Like, it's going to get there eventually, to where you're gonna, if you leave it for a year and come back, it's going to be a different game.
Sure. And I think that the nice thing about where it's built is that it is something that they have got a lot that they could build onto it. So I mean, it's something, when you're talking about the games as a service, it's got a lot of room that it could grow. I mean, you can even the second page of stuff, you don't even have half full for like your items. So there's other items that they could be adding in later that they have plans for.
And I get it, and I get this, but it makes
Groner, welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us. It makes it, though, this thing of expectation that could potentially never be realized. So you're buying a game and you're defending it based on your expectations for it. Like you're saying, it could be this. They could do this. They
So
could do that.
Here's my defense of the game.
And it's like,
okay,
but we don't know. They could never do anything, and you still paid $60 for it. They have their money.
but
like,
some of the things that I think are what excite me the most about the game have very little to do with game progression or the actual arc of the story or whatever. There isn't really an arc of a story either, but any of that. And that, to me, that is the world they built.
Yeah.
This is something where arguably hasn't been done to the scale that it is. And what I think,
yeah, me
Siri
neither.
doesn't understand what I'm saying.
Oh, me and Siri agree on this one.
But I mean, the depth of the water, the quality of
Oh, the water's
the art
gorgeous. Oh, it's
style,
so beautiful.
the things you can like.
The game is gorgeous. Like you can't argue.
Oh,
that.
it's
like,
it's
it is
amazingly gorgeous, and not only is
like
it gorgeous,
nothing out there.
but going through on a smaller boat. Is that who's making weird
Someone's
noises on
shaking their leg.
phone?
Maybe I think.
Anyway, I thought it was a bird chirping.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Are we in the
I was like, "Where's the chicken cage? I need to go catch it." But the world they built, I think, is almost more impressive
Yeah.
than the gameplay that's happening in it, and it's really taking a whole sandbox concept to heart. I think from that perspective. I don't know, and I'm just in awe every time I try to captain a ship, especially solo, and try to deal with the sails and going back and looking at the map to make sure I'm going in the right
Oh, yeah,
place.
that's crazy.
And I hit something, now I got to deal with that. And do I stop the boat first? Do I keep going? Or I got too close to a storm, and now my boat's starting to fall apart because I have the small boat and it can't handle it. And those sorts of things in the game, the physics, if you will, of the game,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So anyway,
right.
I'm
I
still
wonder-
enamored by those pieces, I guess.
I
this
wonder
early.
to some degree too if part of it is the fact that basically all of the stuff that you have up to this point purchasing the game, you saw in the beta, and you saw for how many weekends in a row that you sunk
Yeah.
a lot
That's
of time
definitely
into.
what the part of my
That's-
disappointment
that's
is.
Oh
some
yeah,
of it.
but
Yeah.
had you not seen any of that or any play of it, I bet you would have a different launch
I would be
date.
have a
yeah.
different-
enthralled with it right now.
Because
It
effectively
would be a
you've
rapturous experience.
Because effectively you've already probably put
Holy crap.
30 hours into the game.
Well, we
Yeah.
spent that one weekend that Friday night where we played for 7 straight hours.
Yeah.
So
Because the emergent potential of the game to make your own adventure is unparalleled to any other
Oh
game
my
I've
goodness,
played.
yes. It's
crazy,
Like the potential to just go out and make your own fun in
think-
this game and encounter these other pirates and just like have like
Take
okay
last night.
last night
Oh
for example,
my
I
goodness.
know I was just thinking about that. So last night we're playing. Jeremy sees a guy steal one of our skulls.
I was on the boat. You guys you were trying to get more skulls from
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's Jeremy's upset about it. Like, oh, this guy stole our thing and he disappeared. He vanished in thin air. He just disappeared. And
Well,
he took
I
our
killed
skull.
him. We found out
well,
later.
I was gonna get there.
sorry.
But anyways, yeah.
We were upset for like 2 hours.
So he was trying to chase down this guy. Come to find out, he found like we fight this guy, and we fight his crew. We sink their ship. We spend like at least an hour like
or more.
murdering them and over and over
we
and
were
over
all
again.
ticked off. It
We-
wasn't just me. Come on.
We finally give up because Jeremy pulls up anchor and Trevor's like, we're getting out of here. We're giving up. Jeremy's fooling around the ship. Hey guys, I found the skull. I must have
It
killed
was
him.
like half buried in the yeah, and I was like,
So we spent like 2 hours or whatever fighting these guys for absolutely no reason.
because we were upset that we thought they stole something.
And they didn't even have it. So they were probably
the
just
best
like,
part is
why were they fighting
No,
us?
I wonder if they were still trying to get it because that guy kept trying to come
Oh,
back
I
to the
don't know.
boat. I don't know.
Anyways, it's just one of those things where that game just it just lends itself to those experiences. And I think that's really cool. I don't know I don't know. I've played it a little bit solo. I don't know if that maybe is as much when you're alone, but I
It's
think
super scary playing solo.
it is.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
frightening.
It's
Oh my
terrifying.
goodness.
Yeah.
So I was playing tonight, and I jumped on a ship, and I was kind of messing around on the island and like kind of not paying attention, trying to figure out why I didn't have some of the early, like the pre-purchase gear, like why I couldn't find the pre-sale gear that I thought I was supposed to have. So I was like searching on the internet and everything, and I I come back to like actually paying attention, and I'm getting onto my boat, and I see that there's another sloop that's right there.
Oh no!
And I'm like, oh, this. I mean, and I hadn't even hardly started. Like I'd gone down into my ship and put down a mission and had selected it, and I was gonna go and like had figured out where I was going. Come back up, and I see this sloop there. And there is a guy that's in there, and he comes out like to the very front of this ship and stands there, and then he like I see ahoy up in the corner, and I'm like, hey, so I just start waving.
I don't know if you guys know. So if you're only in game chat and not party chat, you can hear other people talk
Yeah.
around you,
Yeah.
which changes the dynamic of the game when you're on
Sure.
the sea as well, because you hear
Sure.
them when they're in proximity talking about how they're going to try to attack you. It's hilarious.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because like so I see this guy and I take off towards an island and wave as I'm flying towards this island, and it's within eye shot of the other place, and
So
I'm thinking
they're watching you dig up something.
they watched me just sail over here and stop, and now they know that I'm probably digging up some treasure. And they literally sat there. So then I moved on to the next island, come back around to the outpost. They're still sitting there. And I'm like, this is... So like I left myself on the other side of the island and ran both of the treasure chests around the entire island just
Because
to
you were
avoid...
concerned,
Because I was like, this
yeah.
guy's just sitting here waiting for people to pick off. And maybe he wasn't, because
Maybe
he
he was.
didn't...
Maybe he was on the internet
Yeah.
trying to figure out why he didn't have the early
Who
game.
knows? But
I got to a point where I was hunting skeletons. That's one of the, and getting the skulls. And
Yep.
I didn't realize I had 5 skulls on my little tiny boat. And then I had a chicken in a cage that was clucking like crazy. And what else I have? And I had a crate of cannonballs, and I was nowhere near an outpost. And I was like, I've got to stop playing this game in like 5 minutes, and I don't want to. And I'm like, I feel like I just wasted the last hour if I don't. Like, if someone comes and attacks me, I'm ruined. And then I'm like, wait, I have 7 trips to land. Even when I get there, I got to take 7 trips back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't. There's no way someone's not gonna gonna attack me, because that's what I would do. I would attack someone.
So Jeremy is
But I
the most
made it.
pirate.
But it freaked. Like, I had like literally 10 minutes of just uncomfortable anxiety trying to return this, like, catch this stuff in.
Well, and especially if you run into somebody like the tub crew
Yeah.
and the galleon, bloodthirsty, killing anything we see.
We can't sell by anything without Jeremy just launching a cannon at it.
I'm getting pretty good at the cannon shots, though.
we sailed by a few people last
Like,
night.
Jeremy, that ship's 100 meters away.
And then Jeremy would just fire. It was like, what if we wanted to try and be peaceable?
Nope, not gonna happen. So what we're all saying is a lot like Monster Hunter. You could spend hours of time invested in it and lose all of that and have to
That's
start
true.
over.
Bye bye.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Digiport says, here's a thought for you guys to ponder. Don't you think that since Sea of Thieves is so heavily focused on cosmetics and really nothing else, the game should be third person? I thought about that too. It's interesting that you can. That's what makes me think it's so much about bragging to the other players, is because you don't see
Because
it
it's
yourself.
not about seeing yourself at all.
It's
Look at
about
this.
It's about them seeing
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go into third person when you do like an emote.
When you emote, but it still is not like. And I think you're right, because they. Go ahead, Trevor.
I get that. It's a really cool. It's I understand the customization. However, I think it works really well in first person, especially like the
immersion
sailing, the
works
ship.
amazing. Yeah, with
It
the
just
ship
feels
control.
so good. I think it would feel really weird if you went into third person.
I do too.
For like the ground combat, sure, it might be kind of cool, but like sailing the ship, which is kind
I
of
don't know.
mostly
Even
what
that
you do.
scares me a little bit when you're
Yeah.
surrounded by skeletons or
Yeah.
some other.
I mean,
crew of
I like
people.
it in first person, but
Yeah.
I could understand,
And it's funny too with like the ground combat, because it's not a great controlling
great.
game for battle. Like, you know what I mean? Combat is not that
You
great.
swing your sword at
super
the skeletons,
simplistic,
and
but-
then all of a sudden the skeleton has walked through you and is attacking you from behind.
Yeah,
Or didn't they eat bananas to heal themselves and they don't have a stomach?
But the banana still disappears.
Yeah, somehow. I want to see the chunks like fall through them.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
But I do like the premise and the idea behind it of, hey, everybody's kind of on this level playing field, but you can see somebody that's got this gear that you know that they are
That they're
a bad, rough crew that you want to steer clear of.
They've been playing a while.
Because they've been playing a while, they're all legendary, and I love that they've got like the title for you, so like you can select what your title is.
there's a fear aspect to it, but I
Yeah.
guess that falls in line with the whole concept of being a pirate, right?
Yeah.
And having fame or being
when they, see,
recognized.
when they see my sea dog boots, they're scared.
Yeah.
I paid 3,000 gold for that.
Did
so-
you buy them?
Yeah, I bought them last night.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Anyways, I think I'm excited to play the game. I am not down on it at all. I think Kyle kind of hit the nail on the head there. It's just this idea of where's the new stuff? Like I feel like I saw all this. Like what else is there?
How come I wasn't surprised with, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
they
like-
added this?
Yeah, like I can do that, or I can do. I don't know. I just felt like
It's
like.
so what
can
you're
I-
saying is you've got a little bit of the disappointment that everything that you want to see that's really new and beyond what you've already played
is only like
you
hype-
now have to get to that point.
Well, and it could not even be
spend-
true. Like I don't even know what's
It could
there.
be just overhyped.
It could just
you
be
know.
some
true.
nothingness. Like
I
that's
think
the
a
thing.
big
It's
part
like,
about that is though, there's not a lot of games that are doing that did nearly as much beta access or alpha access, if you had access to that, as this game over the
Yeah.
last year. I mean, there was
Right.
literally this year of immersion in this game if people wanted it.
Sure.
Well, and the thing,
That-
okay,
yeah.
so here's the thing about the game is there's so many different ways to do things too that I think people like. I was listening to somebody complain about the gold, the gold skellies we encountered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you got to figure out how to.
skellies?
You got to figure out how to kill
man.
them.
And they're not susceptible to sword swings
And
at all.
the sound changes like it's like a ka-chunk.
yeah, and they're covered in gold. They're like gold plated skellies, and
And the black ones with the glowing eyes too.
And don't say anything
Sorry.
about this, but I just was saying last night we were playing it and we were trying to defeat him. We couldn't figure out how to kill him. And I'm listening to someone talk about this and with their experience with it, and they're like, "Yeah, and I hate this game because you shoot him like 5 times, it hardly does any damage, but you can only kill him with a gun. And so I'd have to go back to the ship, get 5 more bullets, come back and shoot him, go back. He's like, it's dumb. Why do I only have 5 bullets? All this stuff, and it's like when we played it. We just set some TNT in front of them, let them walk up to it, shot the TNT, killed all of them in one shot. And
Yeah,
and
I
it's
mean,
like,
Trevor killed me at the same time.
well, that was a different time.
I
hey,
killed
I-
myself too. Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where it's like it's a different way of playing the game. I also heard that you can throw a bucket of water on them and they'll start to rust, and you can damage them more easily.
Oh my goodness, that's
What happens if you
blowing
throw
my
a,
mind
I
right
know,
now.
yeah.
what happens if you throw a bucket of puke?
I bet the same thing.
yeah.
Do they start puking
Well,
gold at
It
you?
was
I
like
don't
we
know.
were
I hope
we were
so.
talking last night.
Just
We're like,
coins start coming out.
we were talking last night. I think Eric, you mentioned you're like, we need to all at the beginning of our game
Yeah,
have a
'cause-
bucket of puke,
Yeah.
and the first thing we do if someone attacks us is throw puke on
Throw
them.
it on there.
Well, because it blinds them, and then you just murder them.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, I volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, we'll
One person gets
We'll
drunk.
stand around you with buckets.
Collect
and
your
you
vomit.
puke. I can see you enjoying this more than us. That's the weird part.
Yeah, I think for me it's just it's going to be those moments where there's these just adventures that happen, and it's that emergent gameplay, and that's what this game is
Yeah.
going to be about. I'm that's the thing is like I'm trying not to get too caught up into what might be out there because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be disappointed like
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah, you bet.
that is.
My
coming,
concern
but
is
I
if it
just-
had a lot of the other stuff you're talking about, the immersion gameplay could get lost.
Well, yeah, and I think to Kyle's point, you could leave the game for even a week or two and be so far behind that you'd be so underpowered you couldn't do anything,
Yeah.
And I get
Right.
that, and I do appreciate that because it's like that it doesn't make games not fun if you have to just be on there all the time and be ranking
Yeah.
up and all that stuff.
Because
So.
then it feels more like, oh, I'm in this elite league of people that play. Like, I mean, for example, like Destiny or
Yeah.
Call of Duty. That it's like if you don't sink as much time as some of the people that sink heavy amounts of hours into those
Oh yeah,
games.
it's all about time.
It's like
Dump.
I'm worthless at this game,
Yeah.
and it sucks. So I love the fact that with something like this, it's a different thought process of it that still has the skill that you. I mean, it's like a hey, you can tell that I'm good because I've got this gear that says that I'm good.
I think for me too, part of it is like I know that for me to enjoy this game and get the most out of it, at least, yeah, don't get me wrong, you can enjoy it single player.
Sure.
I think you can. But I feel like
Playing
for
with
me to
other
get the
people.
most enjoyment is I need to be playing with other people. And I just, and it's like, I don't know how often that'll happen. And so it's just kind of
Yeah.
like, it's like maybe
Can I say
I was
it was
hoping that.
the least we've in co-op games as a group. That one night when we first tried, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of rough for us. But I think overall, the gameplay we've had as a group has
Yeah.
been more enjoyable than any other co-op game we've played.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible. Yeah.
And so that's the thing is
Because
like,
we all can do our own thing a little bit,
Yeah.
but still participate.
Yeah.
Except for Kyle, who just drinks himself.
yeah, that's true. We
that
realized
is
last
his
night
job
when we were
now,
playing
though.
it, when you were gone, we're like, we run this ship really well with just 3 people. We're like, oh, that's because Kyle's always just drunk on here anyways. So it doesn't, like,
Guys, that's not true. It is not true. Jeremy, we played for a good
You
chunk
were
of
really,
time.
and you didn't get drunk
And
at
I
all.
didn't get drunk at all.
That is true, and I was impressed. I was thoroughly impressed.
Oh, I am impressed with your self-control, Kyle. You haven't touched
AA is
the sauce.
working.
I
No
feel like a
digital
large
sauce.
chunk of the game, the jumping into that and causing problems, being drunk, it usually happens at one of 2 points. Either I'm bored waiting for Jeremy to find all of the stuff at the very
That's
beginning, so I'm
true.
just like, I'm just going to wander around wasted here on this island until we're ready to go.
No, that's true.
Or we've been sailing for a very long time and playing for a long time, and suddenly we've got this like insanely long voyage that nothing is happening while
You're
we're
like, "I'm
on
just gonna get drunk."
on the boat. So I'm like, well, let's see what happens here.
yeah.
Start barfing on
I'll just
everything.
hear this.
Yeah.
Also, I love the shanties
I
when you are
am hoping
drunk.
they add some new ones and
They're
just
pretty
throw
good.
them in
So
there.
bad.
That
I
would
think
be
I
fun.
heard, was there a new one? Did I hear a new one
I don't
last
know.
night? I feel like I heard a new one.
know.
Maybe I'm crazy.
I really am surprised they don't have What Do You Do with a Drunken Sailor?
Yeah, maybe.
I wonder if it's like copyrighted or
DLC.
something.
I'd love to hear that one
Pay
with a drunken
$50
player
to get-
playing it.
the DLC pirate shanties.
There you go. Yeah.
I would.
5 new pirate shanties.
I kind of wondered if maybe like as you get the better instruments, if you can. Start
if it would add some different sounds.
I like
or
that
something.
idea, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Or just as you become a better pirate, you've got better songs,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
like status-wise.
You can
As you
go
get
to
a legend.
pirate song school, music school.
Yeah.
So Trevi91 says, "Are you talking about drinking in the game?" No, Kyle's just a lush in general. No, I'm kidding. It is game booze.
We can hear him
grog.
vomiting
Yeah.
over the. Over
yeah,
the
I'm just
sound.
vomiting all over my microphone.
Now I want to throw vomit on a chicken and a pig and
Just
see
to
what
see what
happens.
happens,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
That's mean, Jeremy. It's animal abuse. All right, so we got a couple of topics we want to talk about tonight. Let's jump into the first one here. We are speaking about this whole. Well, it started, I think, originally when the hip hop rapper himself, Mr. Drake, played with this, I guess, popular. I had never heard of him until this point.
Yeah.
Ninja is his streaming persona.
That was last Thursday.
That was
wasn't it?
last Thursday. And Drake and Ninja were playing Fortnite, and they broke a bunch of records on Twitch. A lot of people watched. Hundreds of thousands. I don't even know what that.
I think there was like 600,000
people that
Wow.
account.
It was the max
Wow.
that were 650,000 at a time.
Okay, well, that was like the concurrent.
I think that was like at the peak of
Yeah,
their
the
concurrent, like
yeah.
650.
It was the
something
most
like that.
non-tournament views. Yeah, at the same time.
Oh, okay. So that really kind of, I mean, I think it obviously made this Ninja guy a lot more popular than he already was, even though he was a very successful streamer.
Yeah.
Which I think the Forbes had reported that he makes $500,000 a month
Now is he
streaming on Twitch.
is he managed? So is he part of like a managed crew?
He's part of-
because
Yeah.
is he? Because they don't make that money
Because
themselves in
I've
that
heard
scenario.
he's because I in the little research I did, I saw that he's part of a group called Cloud9, which is like a competitive gaming
okay.
team and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Because
I don't know if
there's
he-
other groups like TSS and a couple others, and the players themselves, even though they're raking in these huge numbers, that's not what they're making because they're contracted and they're making a contracted rate.
Oh, okay.
and then they get bonus rates and stuff. There's different ways that they can get paid, but the
there's
company
some
that
advertiser
that
money.
manages them, right? Just like any kind of sport
Yeah.
type
Mm-hmm.
thing, they don't make all the money themselves. So
Ronan says he's part of Luminosity. I assume that's some sort of group, so maybe
there you go.
I could be wrong. I saw you had a lot of stuff that was.
But it was
associated with
half
Cloud9.
$500,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
The brain training.
Yeah, that's
I mean, that's just his Twitch profit, though. That's not from any other endorsements
Yeah.
or sponsorships
Or
maybe
donations.
donation. Well, no, I think that Twitch probably not like like external
source,
donations.
Yeah.
But and not YouTube. I'm sure he's probably got a pretty good YouTube presence. So it's crazy the amount of money you can make, and I mean, obviously,
But he's good too. I
we're
mean,
just
it's not
very
just
good,
it's
Yeah,
not just
we're
personality. I mean, some of us have that, but
Just in
he's good at
buckets.
playing the game
Of
too.
puke.
I mean, some of us have that. Wait, what?
Buckets of puke.
See, that's the problem. Is if we could all be merged into one human,
Oh, man,
then
we'd
we'd
be
be
amazing.
successful streamer.
Yeah.
But because we're split into 4, people don't like to watch it.
Yeah.
That's probably accurate.
if everybody had my godlike video game skills,
And Jeremy's
Hot
handsomely
tips.
good looks.
And hot tips.
tips.
Anyways,
According to Wikipedia, he's not on Luminosity Gaming.
oh
yeah, he's on Illuminati game.
yeah,
Okay.
But maybe I'm looking at the wrong Lumin. Maybe it's just the brain training that he's with.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, that happened, and then the Paul brothers, the infamous Paul brothers,
Something.
Logan and
the ever so trend followers.
yeah, Mr. Logan Paul and his brother Paul.
Paul.
They decided, what if we streamed the game,
Yeah.
bro?
Yeah.
And
This Twitch thing is cool.
And they had 500,000 followers or something like that without ever or Logan Paul did on Twitch without ever streaming ever. That was just his Twitch
Just because of
account.
his account.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess it kind of makes sense, though, if you follow him on YouTube and you're like, if he streams, I want to know about it.
Yeah.
Right?
The particular brand of sheeple that those two inspire, I'll say, probably doesn't really inspire much quantity or quality awareness.
Yeah, but didn't they have
Wow.
like an
Trevor,
insane?
I'm
amount
not afraid of insulting Paul followers.
But didn't they have an insane amount follow before? And they hadn't even streamed anything on
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
over
yeah.
100,000 that before they
I think it was
even-
like 400,000.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, it was a
something
really-
ridiculous. Yeah,
Like ridiculous.
So they
sorry,
should've
he had
just-
reached 100,000 followers without.
Okay.
Without
oh really?
ever-
I
yeah.
thought it was higher. Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
did too, but no.
That still is a ridiculous amount for never.
Never
Oh yeah, I
streaming.
mean heavens, yeah.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Who was?
Something important.
I don't even know.
Oh, someone was saying something. I thought. Kyle.
No, it was. We were just talking about how many people were following him
Oh, okay.
on
Okay.
Twitch.
So, anyways, it sounds like the whole stream maybe didn't go well. It says here, if you go to Kotaku.com, I feel like I'm doing Kyle's job here. It's really it's difficult for me.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I can do it. Where is it at? Sorry.
Well, it said that they hadn't really even streamed anything, and people in their chat were
They were talking in the chat constantly.
they were constantly going on the chat, even though there was nothing that was being streamed. Oh my!
And they also put what's that ASCII art or whatever is it called? Is it
Yes.
they were
What?
putting the art where they use symbols and
Characters,
characters
yeah.
to make art with it like
Like
letters
large
and
Yeah, I think
snakes.
I know what you're talking about.
yeah. So they put the chat was filling up with large penis ASCII
Snakes.
art.
They're snakes.
This is definitely not a snake.
Nope, snakes.
But if you go to Kotaku.com and look at the story, you can see this.
Tall
Trouser
mushrooms.
snakes.
Yeah. But no, it just seemed like, it's like, it was just a very toxic environment. And it's just, I guess it's par for the course. We know that these guys kind of are just that
Toxic
corner,
themselves.
that toxic corner of YouTube.
Yeah.
and then they're just bringing it to Twitch. So I guess maybe this is a kind of a non-story in some ways because,
Well, it's
surprise, surprise.
It's an
but-
interesting thing because a lot of people, I mean, the instant reaction is to think, oh, these guys are terrible. They're going to bring over all their terrible people. But at the same time, they could bring over some reasonable people. And any more, and I can't remember who it was, but they were just saying any audience, that can bring some more people, and they might start watching stuff on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's always a positive.
They
thing.
might watch our show.
Yeah.
Thanks. If you're watching because of the Paul brothers,
Don't tell
Thank
us.
you.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
keep
Yeah.
watching them.
yeah, no, that's great. No, please tell us, and we take everything back that we said. We are
If you start,
wishy-washy.
if you start paying us in Patreon, then we'll totally take it all back.
Patreon.com/Minute in a Tub. We will pretend to love the Paul
Oh, the
brothers.
Paul brothers are the best. They're so good. Their content is all top-notch quality.
This comment was brought to you by Patreon.
The Paul Brothers.
But
I'm sorry. Patreon.com.
I mean, it's
Oh,
one of
we'll
the-
take their money too if they want us to talk nice about them, right?
We'll take anybody's money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So what we need to do is a way for us to become successful on Twitch is first, we need to film a dead body. Second,
Okay,
we
all right,
need to
let me-
we need
I'm
to
gonna-
we need to stream
Figure that one out.
with a rapper. We need to find a famous rapper.
Yes.
I'm hoping
Trevor,
for
can you do that? That one's
Yeah,
in-
Trevor, can you get us a rapper?
Yep,
I hear you're
know
in
many
the music
rappers, yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Trevor?
Yeah, we're gonna stream with Toby Mac.
Let's do it.
Very famous rapper.
Actually, that would probably get us more than
I
we've
might
got
get
right
us
now.
no,
I don't think
was-
it would ever happen.
I was hoping for maybe Chance or Lil Yachty, but I'll settle for.
Let's get Chance. Chance the rapper. Please come play games with us.
Oh my!
He plays Fortnite. He was the one that was like tweeting Nintendo and asking, or tweeting Epic and asking why they don't put it on Switch, even though they've now put it on everything, including your phone. It's man, I don't know. So yeah, that's the here. I was still going through the 3 steps. Okay, film dead body, stream with famous rapper.
I'm sure Toby Mac would be all for it after we filmed the dead body.
Yes, I think he'd be excited. Then the 3rd step would be
no one said what kind of body.
to just be outrageous douchebags. And then I think
no,
if we,
we're halfway there.
okay, good.
talk about respecting and then just constantly disrespecting.
And then
like,
we'll
the
make
society.
apologetic videos where we're just sitting somberly with our hands
I'm so
crossed,
sorry.
and then it's just like slow panning cameras and inspirational music.
I
play.
should have known better.
Piano music.
Shouldn't have shown that dead squirrel on the cameras.
Yeah.
And then take very, very popular opinions that are very like emotional and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? And just say obvious facts like, you know
Yeah.
what, guys, suicide is really bad.
It's a bad thing.
And it's serious. And it's bad. And it's seriously bad.
Seriously bad.
The fingers
Yeah,
helped. I
that's
feel
how
like
you
that
do
was
it. You
that was
touch your
important.
tips. You touch all your tips on your finger, and you look
Yeah.
at the camera, and you,
Pause.
yeah, suicide is bad.
really
Serious
bad.
bad. It's like
It's
why?
so bad.
Like it's almost to a point of they're making light of it. Like
Trevor.
in a way, like they're saying it. It's so
I'm sorry.
Trevor,
I wasn't
you're,
doing
you're
it.
the
Trevor was-
reason.
I don't really have a very
You're the
good
reason
spot
we
to
don't
do it
have
right
the
now.
viewers right now.
Yeah.
You
My
failed us.
mic is like weird right now. So
Okay.
there we go. Yeah.
Scoot over. No, get closer to Jeremy if you need to. He loves you.
It has more to do with
Ah.
like touching people.
Whoa.
Jeremy, you're not a grandma.
But it is. I don't know. I hope that we can maybe figure out a way to become so famous that way. That's
At-
all we
at all
want. That's all we
costs,
want
yeah.
is fame. Really, we
Yeah.
want to sacrifice our.
Let's-
No, I just
our
want to play video
integrity.
games, to be completely honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
then
why
you-
Jeremy said at the beginning that we should have played Sea of Thieves instead of doing this
Well,
show.
maybe if you just like actually streamed video games all the time, Jeremy, you'd be famous. You just need to do it.
Stream
Show off your mad skills. You
stream
got 'em.
your Fortnite
You,
or
you
your
are convinced you're so good.
I am not convinced I'm
You
so
should,
good.
You should just play all the time and just prove it to the world and stop talking so much and show.
We
Come
need
on.
to get
All right,
you a
all right,
costume
but
like
it's good-
Dr. Disrespectable.
Stop. Yeah, Doctor Disrespect.
Okay, Grandpa.
I know it's disrespect.
so I,
was
need a
making
wig
his name
and some
different on purpose.
Nope.
I need a wig
Oh,
and some
okay.
sunglasses, right?
It'd be Doctor Respectable.
Yeah, be Dr. Respectable. You'll wear a lab coat
Just look like a doctor.
and,
I like that.
have one of those like headband things
And a
with the little
stethoscope around your
metal-
neck.
Okay.
And every once in a while, a patient will come in. And you'll have to, not right now. No, they'll come in and you'll do a little physical.
Yeah.
And then you'll go back to gaming.
I'll just turn off camera and go.
off
"Cough,
camera.
please."
Cough, please.
Go ahead and set your next appointment 6 months out with the lady at the counter.
You're just like
reflex test.
you're playing PUBG, and then you stop for a second to put on a rubber glove. You're like,
Sorry, guys. I got
got a patient here.
Got a patient here.
Do that thing where you go
Glove
black
out.
silhouette,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They're behind a sheet.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull your glove back and it's got brown on it.
Whoa!
Yeah. Hey, Volcom 93, welcome to the chat. Yeah, that's all we want. Fame at all costs. That's what we were. We were kind of talking. We're talking about the Paul brothers who came in late there. You might have heard some of that a little wrong, but we were being slightly sarcastic.
Just a little bit, though.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I like this. Dr. Respectable, Jeremy. That's your new gig.
All right.
Get these. It's not gonna be hard for you to get this put together. It's kind of your new persona. You can do it. You can pull it off, and then you can prove to the world that you're the greatest gamer.
Do I have
of
to
all
have my
times.
wife on every stream now, though?
No.
Okay.
No,
I don't have to.
No.
That's too much.
yeah, that's only like
too
if
much.
you. Yeah.
Let's move away from that one. You're supposed to be respectable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need my.
I feel like that's like him paying for.
that's
paying
totally
his
what he's
penance.
doing, for sure, yeah.
And it made it very awkward. I don't know. I would like you to do that. But I think you should stream more.
Let's see if that's available.
I think you need to stream more so you can, show off your mad skills. That's all I'm saying, Jeremy. Okay.
Show off
I'm just
mad
gonna go
skills. Throw out them hot tips.
twitch.tv/Dr. Respect. What was
Well,
it?
no, you'd still
Dr.
do it on
Respectable.
Men in a Tub.
Dr. Respectable. Oh, Jeremy wants his own.
yeah.
Oh, he wants
He
his
wants his
own
own channel.
He's gonna split
going
off.
Solo.
I wanted to make sure nobody
Going
else
solo.
had
He's
it.
following his own
No,
path.
he's-
He's
make sure no
gonna
one else had it.
Jeremy's just gonna do his own thing. He's gonna go yo.
Well, you won't know. You won't know if I'm the one bringing in the viewers.
Exactly. We
If
won't.
it's not my
That's
own.
true. That's true. We'll blame it all on Minute Tub.
Really, I think we just need to get him one of these like play doctor kits on Amazon for kids.
Yeah,
Who says I don't have one?
$17.99.
Yeah.
The colorful plastic one.
Yeah, it's like all bright.
I like this one because it's got a lab coat, but it would probably rip
Not
just like that
fit.
shirt that you bought on Amazon.
You can see that on YouTube.
That's true. It is a weird thing because
But I can do impersonations the whole time, right?
The more we talk
yes.
about this, the more I am happy and want this to happen. Like,
here's the thing about these, like the Twitch stuff and the YouTubers and that culture and stuff. Like, I would love to be able to do some of that stuff, like to make an income based on that.
Yeah.
And like, but sometimes it's just like a soulless task because you look at these people that
I think
are
I'd
popular.
start not enjoying the game anymore.
Well, and
I
it's
don't
just like
know.
the people that stream so much, they're just constantly like, I don't know, they're just always happy, or they're always kind of like feigning an emotion to try to get people to watch and at some point that's just got to be exhausting. Galactic Jax is here. Is that a green screen? Absolutely not.
show the logo so we know who we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow night you can check out our regular show with the regular wall.
Yeah, tomorrow night we'll be here with Minute Tub. This is our talk show about video games. Yeah, that
Magic.
is it's just one of those things where I would love to do it, but I don't know. Like, I want people that watch our show, like, I love that we have this kind of tight knit small community that watches it just because we're ourselves and
We get to know them too, and
we're
it's
not
fun.
trying to like be some over the top character, except for Jeremy.
No,
Except for
that
Jeremy
is
when
me.
he's-
I'm not trying.
Oh, Jeremy's
but that's just when he's streaming PUBG.
I'm Dr.
Doctor-
Libertarian. Yeah.
I can talk.
Guns don't kill
talk
people.
Politics the entire time.
People kill people.
That sounds like a
I'm
terrible
going to
stream.
shoot this guy.
Yeah. Anyways, Galactic
Pop
Jack
vinyls?
says
What are
those
you
are
talking about?
they're very nice. Kyle brought in some of his pop vinyls.
That's
Got,
true.
got
They're
Thanos
very-
and
One of them
is
and
mine, I think.
Morty
Oh yeah, Han's yours,
Han.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
the other one's
and
over
Peter
there.
Dinklage.
There's Peter Dinklage. Yeah,
I
so
have
anyways.
the Destiny one way over there.
Oh yeah, the,
Kuipas.
All right, let's check our mailbag and see if anybody has sent us a letter or a post.
Okay.
Check unheard messages. emails, voicemails, or DMs. We want to hear from you.
Mailbox number, please.
It's mail time.
First message.
First message is no message at all because we didn't get any mail, but if you would like to send us mail, you can send it to theloop@minuteatub.com, or you can leave us a voicemail at 475-TUB-CALL. That's 475-TUBCALL. Those numbers correspond, or letters correspond with numbers on your phone.
Yeah, Kuipers
down there,
put the
right?
numbers up.
I'm already
Come on,
on it. Come on, man.
You already did it.
Come on, guys.
We already
Kuipers
did.
numbers.
That's 475-882-2555. Please feel free to leave us a voicemail or an email. Anything you want to talk about, if there's a topic you'd like us to discuss on The Loop, you can bring that to our attention and we will gladly do so.
Yeah.
But other than that, we really do like hearing from you guys. If you just want to hear, if you want some advice, we've been known to give advice.
About numerous things.
Yeah,
like
relationship advice.
You wanted help. Someone wanted help with their homework.
We helped with homework.
I think we did. Yeah, there was some homework help in there.
We really do it all. So you are more than welcome to do that. I would really appreciate it because it would make this part of the show that much more interesting.
Yeah, it's not just us talking about our empty mailbag.
We love to play that bumper where it says mailbag and then it does things and it bleeps and bloops and then we come here and then it's always a disappointment.
Does that reinforce the fact that we're the only ones who want popularity? Maybe all the people on the other side of the screen or in their earphones listening on iTunes don't want to be known.
Maybe
Maybe they want to
Probably
stay
it.
in the shadows.
You can send it anonymous.
They don't
send us anonymously.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. What was that?
they don't want to be embarrassed by having their stuff read here on our show.
We do have a Tumblr, which I should put that out there because you can post questions anonymously on that. So maybe we should do
People
that
use
so
Tumblr?
people. Yeah, Tumblr's pretty hot with the youngins.
That's cool.
Grandpa.
a lot of
Excuse me.
stuff going on.
No, but you can.
anonymous questions.
Yeah, you could maybe we'll get that link out there. I don't remember. It's something like we are the men in a Tumblr.com, I think, or we are the men in the .tumblr.com. I don't know. I'll have to find it and I'll post it somewhere. Frog in my throat. Please leave, Kermit. That about does it for our show. But before we leave, we would be remiss if we did not thank and absolutely congratulate and applaud and just honor in general our Patreon peeps. Now these are the lovely men and women and transitioning
Gender
people.
non-specific.
Yeah, non-specific here. I didn't mean to go down that trail.
Yeah.
But they're the human beings, potentially.
Well,
Great people.
they could be bots, but as long as they keep paying us that cold hard cash.
Great personas.
But they are the people who donate to us at patreon.com/minutehub. These are our co-producers or higher. These are people who donate $10 or more a month. Those two lovely names you see in shining Patreon coral. They help motivate us to keep going. That little bit of money that comes in every month, it's not a whole lot. It's not enough for us to quit our jobs. It's not anything like that. But you know what? It lets us do upgrades to the studio or go out to cons and be involved in other things. So everything kind of helps. It encourages us. So if you would be interested in being part of those people, those fine people, go to patreon.com/minutehub and sign up. That about wraps things.
What are you laughing about?
What's funny in chat?
What's funny?
Jolliver says, well, I
Threatening to
was
quit.
donating, but now.
What did I say?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Did I say something? I really apologize.
I laughed that we insulted somebody.
I didn't mean to insult you.
It feels good to be.
See, this is why Trevor's not going to be Dr. Respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I
just
know.
insults
be
people.
Total
Yeah,
fake.
that's
Doctor-
very unrespectful.
dumb insult.
Yeah. Dr. Dismissible.
I like that because it's like I'm not so irritating that you get mad at me. Just just go away.
Yeah, just ignore this
just
guy.
go away.
No, it has been a real thrill of a time here. It
has.
I've enjoyed my time here with you lads, but there are things going on, and there are oceans and seas to discover.
There are oceans to
and
discover.
news treasures
in
to
the
dig up.
seas.
And
There's a show
Seas of
tomorrow
Treasures.
night.
Oh yeah,
You're
that's
gonna
right.
See
Oh,
us
yeah.
again.
Yeah, you'll
That's
see
right.
us tomorrow.
If
Yeah.
you don't feel too separated, we'll be back in 24 in 23 hours actually.
So that's how time works.
Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central, same time. That's twitch.tv
He won't be here.
/
This guy
Minutub.
won't be here.
No.
He's
we
going to
don't- we don't
change
care, though.
miraculously into a Nathan
Nathan. Nathan will be here for our regularly scheduled Tubcast.
if he wakes up.
Please subscribe to us at youtube.com/minutub. Or if you're an iTunes subscriber, leave us a review, please. A 4-star review and say it's the best podcast you've ever heard, because we are the best podcasts ever.
And tell all
Because
your
you're
friends.
listening.
4-star?
Become evangelists for the Tubcast.
Whatever they allow, go ahead and give us one more star than
Yeah.
is permissible.
Well, I just thought it was funny, doing a 4-star review and be like, best ever.
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
No, but
When you get reviews, no one ever can get. I mean, you can't get it perfect, right?
Follow us on Twitter at Minutub, or at Facebook. You can like our page /Minutub. Go to minutub.com to find out all the things about us and where we're at.
yeah.
Annoy us on Twitter all week long.
We
if you
enjoy
want.
that.
I mean, talk to us on
Evangelize.
Twitter.
I have a
To all
feeling
your
that
friends.
now that Sea of Thieves is out, we probably will be streaming some Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
So
I'm totally down with people wanting to join our Xbox clan and being
Sea of-
out there and
yeah,
Sea of
playing
Tubs.
with us. So
Sea
Join
of
the-
Tubmen,
Or Tub of Thieves.
Tub of Thieves.
One or the other.
I don't know. Anyways, we will be playing some of those games. Why don't you guys go play some games? Enjoy the games. The games are the best games
Tell
you
us
could
about
ever enjoy right now. And we'll see y'all tomorrow night. And if you don't like that show, come back next week for The Loop, where we'll talk about video games some more. Good night.